Okay, I am live. Okay, hey everyone. I hope everyone had a really good Yule, a really good Christmas. Mine was very good. Um, it was very different at this time. So I did a read earlier on Instagram, and let me know that you can hear me. Okay, just type in can hear you because I'm not talking really super loud right now. So I did a read on Instagram, and you know what? The reading to me personally, it was off. It was kind of not really in depth like I normally would get it, and it was really a strange like alignment with it. It was kind of strange. So I'm gonna redo the reading because things are always changing like this. I'm gonna redo the reading and I'm gonna do it on here and post it here. And I'll triple back around to Instagram and let everybody know that I left the reading here on YouTube if they want to catch it. I redid it because it just after I got off you know came back, I was just kind of, I don't know, it just wasn't sitting well with me. So I said I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I got this sunlight. This might not work. Hold on a second. Just because. Just because. Okay. That's just dust flying up behind me. Okay. So let's take a look at United States. I mean, no, Earth. We're going to do Earth as a whole. And I'm using my other cards because the energy is just like changing just like that. It's like, okay, so I got to get used to this. And I think it's something that a lot of us who do readings, we're noticing, the energy, how it's just kind of changing. So, and then I want to talk about some of the new things that I'm putting together. Okay. Since this transmission. Okay. It's kind of weird. I'm like, the reading, it wasn't, it just didn't have enough meat in it. And it was very vague. I was like, this is very vague. That's all I kept thinking. It was a very vague reading. Normally my readings have some umph in it. And this time around it was like very vague. So, okay. Well, I got too much light there. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and deal this for the Earth. Okay, that just fell out. We're just going to take that one. I'm bridging. And how it shows up here on Earth. And final word. Okay, I'm going to leave that one. Okay, first card. Choose wisely. Number 7. Choose wisely. The bridging card is intuition. Number 22. Interesting. Sacral. Number 2. Final word. Expansion. Now, if you follow me on Instagram and you go back the other reading before I just did the one today, you go back. We got this last week. Expansion. Okay. So we have the 7. Choose wisely. Spiritually, what are we choosing? What do we need to choose? How do we need to move? What are we choosing? How are we flowing? What are we moving into? Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Everybody needs to choose wisely. What feeds you, what nourishes you, what gives to you, and not takes away from you. Intuition. Are you connected to your intuition? That number 22. Mastering the wisdom, the knowledge, balance. And then sacral. What are we manifesting? What are we pulling into that creational self? Okay, so I think this is very interesting, these two. Okay, got that 222 going on. But then to get this, that's the expansion. So really, this comes from this expanding in our true essence of who we are, our DNA strands. When you look at this picture, you see the DNA strand right in the center, how it's expanding of the cell. You see the alignment. Now, we already went through our alignment, right? So here it is, the expansion of it. Okay, that was the world. Okay, so we got expansion again. Now, I want you to watch me putting it on top. Okay, I'm mixing this up. I did this on Instagram, did it the same way, and got that card again for United States. Telling you. Okay, so let's take a look at the United States. Now remember those cards. And the bridge card. Today I'm relaxed day. This is my relaxed. Oh, okay, well, I'll go ahead and take that one because it just fell out. And then I can't take all those. How's it going to show up down here? Okay. And then here. Okay, message for United States. Spiritual union. There's a two. We're working on that balance thing. The divine feminine. Mm. Karmic completion. Mm. Open up. You think? Open up. You think? Hello? Okay. Oh, thank God. But got a lot of twos going on. Awakening. Awakening. No, that's the reading I was looking for. Okay. So here's the thing. If you're doing readings and it feels a little off, come back, say about 20 minutes or so, and redo it because it's just a different timeline you were on at the time when you did the reading, and it was kind of callawampic. Doesn't mean the reading was wrong. It just means it wasn't in a perfect alignment. Now, this is entirely in alignment. This is spiritual union. There's a two on there. Then we have the karmic, and then open up for United States. Can you believe that? And then the two, awakening. It doesn't get any clearer than that. And because we have all these twos, we got a two here, we got a two here, and then we have two twos that makes this four. Okay, so we got a lot of two energy running around. And it's that as above so below. It's that male and female. It's the balancing. It's the intuition of self. It's the mastery of the knowledge and the wisdom of that, the sacredness, that divine energy. So awakening. That's amazing. So, in talking about karmic completion. Okay, so here's the thing. And energetically, what's going on energetically. Now, hearing it from the divineness of energy, the benevolent light beings, and having that energy come in and bring forth energy, um, you need to think about this. We have energies that are playing out a role, and then we have energies that are trying to keep a certain thing going, in a negative way. So you have this light and dark fighting right in front of us, telling lies, covering up things, and it's so convoluted. Nobody knows what the truth is anymore until something big has to happen in order to derail the false energy, to make the false energy go down. So this card, when I say this one, karmic completion, this one plays out a lot. I'm going to tell you how it plays out. It plays out in the United States for sure. How do we karmically get ourselves in situations with other countries? And then we are dealing with karmic energy that needs to be cleared out. So if you look at our history, we have a lot of karmic energy with Japan, karmic energy with China, karmic energy with Russia, okay, and Korea. Anywhere where there's a bunch of energy running around trying to assume power, trying to take over power, trying to take over other people, is a karmic energy. We've had our nose in a lot of people's business. So energetically, we are cleaning up stuff, but at the same time, we have to release a lot of things and heal from a lot of things that has happened, that's been done. So I find this very interesting that this card came up because of karmic completion. And with that being said, with it being a karmic completion, we're not done yet. We still have a lot of karmic things to work through on our own soil. Okay, civil. We're in that place of fighting for the right to have the freedom of speech. We're in that place of fighting for the right to have our businesses. We're in the fight to say yes or no to vaccinations if we want to or not. Um, we just want the truth to prevail itself. And the karmic completion, this is going to play itself out until the end of January. This card right here going to play out until the end of January because it's a 10. But if you remember what I said about the zero, how the zero will amplify the number it stands next to. So it's going to amplify that one, which is new beginnings. So in January, we got a lot of energy that we're going to be shifting through. And let's just put it like this. It's very surreal energetically how the planet's alignment, the things that have taken place, how everything's been aligning itself to get to where it needs to be to bring us to the next level. So when people say they want everything to go back to the way it is, it's not going to go back to the way it was because in order to go back to the way it was, we have to be all right with being enslaved into a system that we were put into against our will, you know? So that's the old paradigm part that's breaking down. And here's the shocker about it. Because it's breaking down, because it's collapsing, it really is bringing in this difference among ourselves, you know, the difference of who's awake and who's not awake, is really bringing that in. And the awake people, we are holding a lot of energy and anchoring a lot of light right now to keep the transformational energy open, to keep that energy going, to keep it shifting. So it's a lot of energy coming in and anchoring to hold the true light. So one of the things when I'm working in spiral light and I work with the diamond white light when it comes in, that it's the purity of truth. It represents the truth essence. It represents the essence of divine truth of knowing, divine truth of union, divine truth of being. It represents all of that. So when we look at that energy and we are not joined up in our truth of ourselves, we are going to get that false read. Remember, I said you have to stay on your true timeline. So let's take it a little bit deeper. So we got the union card. So the next card that flows on top of that, just to go deeper, because this has got to carry us through how we see this dimensionally. And I think it's really sad that, how drastically everything changed almost overnight. What you can and cannot say, all these rules now. And I just think it's sad. That's all I have to say. And I think those that participate in it, I think that's sad too. That make it they govern over the people to be like that. I think that's sad. I'm like this. You want your world to be so AI and everything, then why don't you just go to a different planet where you can have all that? Okay. So, see, there it is. What places on top of it? Authority. Who's running authority over us? Who's running authority? Who's sitting back watching and running authority? Look at that four. Look at that four up there. Where's it coming from? Authority. Yeah. What governs this? Come on now. You can't make this shit up. Look at this. Four, perseverance. On top of the karmic completion. Okay, I got 4, 4. I already got a 4 over here. What's underneath that? That's the card I'm pulling. Damn. Sacral. What are we manifesting? So now, what tops the last card? Yes, you're hearing that. Now, this is something I really rarely ever use card. But because there's a 2 in front of it and a 9 at the end, that's a 29, that's an 11. It's a done deal. You are the universe. I want you to take a good look at this card. You are the universe. Look at that. You are the universe. So now when you look at awakening, you are the universe, what do you think this message is? What do you think the message is? If you're saying awakening and then you are the universe, what do you think the message is? We can choose to keep being manipulated by false energies of authorities that's running around causing harm, or we're going to have to persevere. And notice that it's green. We're talking about perseverance through the heart. Keep moving through the heart. And then once again, what are we manifesting? What are we bringing in through the sacral? Because we are awakened. You are the universe. So I find this very interesting message wise, and how these 4s and these 2s are really playing out. So here's interesting. You want to see something interesting? Look at this. Okay, I'm looking at it. I'm like, wait, I'm seeing something. Here's the 2 and the 4, right? And at the how does it show up down here? Here's a 2 and a 4. So you have a 4 and a 2, and then the 2 and a 4 mirroring each other. As above, so below. Straight up. Look at that. Crazy. Crazy. When you add those two numbers together, you get the 6. The 6 is the balance of the home, the foundation of that. Crazy. And then you have the 2 and then the 29. Awakening, and you are the universe. So, how do I see things for 2021? It's going to be a fight between the light and the dark like we've never seen it before. Who will prevail? How much light are we holding to bring in through truth besides just keep feeding the untrue light? Why are people so scared of tea? Why are they so scared of him? Why is they so scared? Why are some so scared of the bee? What would our world be like if we did not have either one of them representing us? What would it be like? What would it be like to live? You know that movie Divergent? You know how they had to separate out everybody out according to their emotion self of how they represent themselves emotionally, and then they would be divergent, or they were going to be, the ones that take care of the homeless, or the ones that work with the computers and overseeing everything. Do we really have to always have to have this over us? What is the unseen force so afraid of? They're afraid of us waking up and standing in our full power of who we are and rising up and saying, we're not taking this anymore. This is what it means that there will be this karmic completion on our soil. Full circle karmic completion on our soil. Psychic Sylvia Brown said it best. One of her most powerful readings she's ever given before she died. She said, United States will be faced to have a war, a fight, a civil war on their own soil. Right here. Why do we have beings wanting to commit harm to such a large amount of us and hurt us? What is that all about? What's that all about? So let's just say we go a little bit deeper. To go deeper, something I never really do. I never go deeper. I just stop at the first card and get the message. Let's go a little deeper. Why not? It's coming down to the last week of this year, and what a year this has been. This has been a year of survival, a year of loss, a year of illnesses, a year of death, a year of lies, a year of deceit, a year of great manipulation, a year of great awakening. So now we're going to see. Oh, that will be the card, because that just flew right on top of it. Okay. So we're going to look at these. We're going to go a little bit deeper. How is this all going to play out? Because we're getting this into January. Okay, we're going to use that one. How are these numbers going to move? Let's see what happens. Okay. You know, when Jesus was before his greatest hours. And he had that last meal and he said, one of you is about to betray me. One of you is about to betray me. And went right on that last meal. Kind of almost looks like that. Well, what's going on, doesn't it? Wonder what the last meal is going to look like. Who's going to betray? What's that energy going to be representing? Sometimes your greatest harm are the ones that's the closest to you that can harm you the most. Okay. We got the card transformation. Transformation. We've had that card before. Okay. How does this all finally play out? We come into love. Come into that 6. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh. Oh, I love numbers, how they talk in their silent. Strengthening bonds. 1. Strengthening bonds. Okay, last one. Like I said, we can't make this up. You ready? Transformation. 1 and a 9. 19. Okay, so I got goosebumps on that. That's chills. So here's this. We have transformation from the heaven realm because of the authority and the spiritual union. Okay. So we got that. There's that 1 and 3 that makes that 4, which is transforming out this authority. Okay. Because we got this. That's the beauty of that, right? Okay. But then we come along, we got the karmic number, but when you look at that 6 and that 4, that makes that 10. We got the love energy that gives birth out of the perseverance of the karma. That's crazy. Then we got the sacredness of the 7, because we have open up, for God's sakes. Here's your sacral. And then here is strengthen bonds. Love it. Love that. And then turn around how we end it all up together. We're going to do our awakening. We are the universe. Transformation. That 1 and 9. That's crazy. Look at that. That's insane. It's showing the earth in transformation. Transformation. Now, I don't know if any of you noticed something. I think it was a couple meetings ago or something. It was during the Christmas holiday that President Melania was wearing a beautiful color outfit she was wearing, and then she had on this belt. It had a butterfly on it. It was a beautiful gold-like belt that went around her waist, and it had a butterfly on it. And I said, okay, she's talking about transformation. She gave a cue. And one of the things, I got goosebumps all over me. She did that on purpose to see who would notice that. Because even, when you're messaging and coding things and you're trying to give people a message, you'll wear certain things to get the point out. So here is she's transformation, right? Look at her wings. Look at her wings. Okay. And then when we talk about transformation here, the earth. I think there's nothing more to say. Wouldn't you agree? So here's here's the thing. Because these numbers are really about the spiritual union, then you got the authority that's playing out over us. Then you have the transformation. Okay? This is all about United States. It's amazing. Then you have what's our karmic energy? What's happening there? How are we paying off that karmic debt? Okay? Through perseverance, through the heart, healing, because it's going to produce this love that's going to override everything. But I want you to look at this. This is the love, and it's the energy, but it says blue. Blue is with that chakra of the throat. Okay, speaking truth. So emanating love. But blue is also a color when you're doing spiral light. Blue also represents the trust energy. Okay, trust and holiness, divineness. Okay. So, and then you have the 10, then these two make the 10 onto that. Okay, can't make this stuff up. All right. Then we come into how is it going to show up here down on earth? Well, we got the message, open up. There's a 4. And then you got the sacral. What are we manifesting? And then you have the strengthen the bonds. 1, that beginning. Okay, the strengthen the bonds. So let's go deeper because these cards represent how is it going to show up here on earth as above so below. So this is our below cards. So what's happening in January? Strengthen bonds. Okay, and then turn around for your wrap up of the whole energy, going through the awakening. Because you are the universe. Crazy. And how do we end it all up? Once again, transformation. You cannot make this stuff up. Okay, this is why I use 4 different sets of cards, because I want that message to be very clear and very in your face and smack, smack, smack. Okay, so the heavens already told us we're going to have transformation because we got to get rid of this, that authority, because it is about the spiritual union of the divine feminine and the masculine energy coming together. Okay. But we got to finish off that karmic debt. Karmically. For every action, there's a reaction. So who did we piss off in so many years? Well, let's see. Russia, Japan, China. We got a lot of karmic debts that we need to clear. We need to transmute this karmic debt because it's on our soil, United States soil. We need to transmute it because we have that perseverance. Then the love energy that comes out. Now remember, these two add up and gives us this. Crazy. Okay? And then how does it unfold onto the earth plane? Well, open the hell up. Sacral. And this is what's happening in January. Strengthening bonds. Okay? So I love this one. Open up. Card said it. I didn't say it. And then awakening. This is where we are because we are the universe and we're moving into transformation. So that's in your face. And I normally do not go 3 deep into this, but because we're going into the last week of this year, this is going to be this week is going to set off the first week, the first 6 or 7 days in January. Okay? Because it's going to be playing this. That's what's happening. And because we're moving in such a transformational point in our lives, and we're all leveling up into that space, we have to meet that energy. Okay. So one of the things I was looking at, remember when I was talking about the Herkimer diamond and how that Herkimer diamond energy comes in, it's very clearing, it's also very lifting, and it loves to amplify your aura. It loves to amplify you or whoever you're working with. It really would be wise if you can get some Herkimer diamond to work with and a Super 7 to also work with, because a Super 7 has 7 crystals that it went into that stone and became those 7 minerals made that stone a Super 7. If you're struggling with trying to really find what your passion is and trying to really align yourself with that, you need to get some fluoride. And fluoride would be very nice for you to get because fluoride is your pathfinder and what's true to the heart. I love this. This is probably one of the last things I was able to get at the gym fair before we went rogue
Mhm.
and couldn't go out and do that anymore. So this is a time now. If you want to get your readings and get set up for what is your your life year cycle representing for as we're going into 2021, which is a 5, which is change. We're going to have a lot of changes coming through. And those of us that are the light workers and holding that light and holding that grid and holding that space, we really need to keep honoring ourselves in that. Now, on YouTube, on not YouTube, Instagram, I talked about the Divine Mother Sophia, how she came in yesterday, just boom, showed up, having a conversation and showed up because a lot of us are dealing with the ending energy of relationships or wounds in relationship with our mothers and fathers. Okay, let me just put it that way. And I talked about it on Instagram about the message that I received from her. And I want to just kind of reiterate it again because I know for a fact that there's going to be someone that's going to take it out of content. Someone's going to get sensitive about it, and they're going to say, "Well, she was on there talking about I don't owe my mom anything." Da, da, da. You miss what I'm saying. If you do not have a supportive mother and father who don't support you in anything that you do, they don't care about you. That's what I'm talking about. You don't owe them or should feel obligated to play the game of, oh, well, I got to call them, or, well, I got to show up, or, well, I got to. No, you don't. It works both ways. No, you don't. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that at all. Because all it does is put you in that shame and guilt all the time. You don't owe it to your mother to do that, especially if they're not in the background clapping for you, if they're not celebrating you, celebrating what you do, or acknowledging what you do and honoring that. And then I talked about a lot of times we want those validations and we want those acknowledgments from our blood family. And sometimes we're just not going to ever get that. But you'll get it from your soul families, the ones that see you rise to your occasion, rise in your passion, rise in what you're doing, celebrating your milestones in your life. Your soul family does that. Your soul family holds you up in that time, where your blood family doesn't celebrate it. They don't celebrate you, or they are in this place of where they they cut you down for being who you are. They don't acknowledge it, you know. And I get a lot of non-support. Let's just put it that way, from what I do, from my family. Because my family liked it better when I was being nursey and I was making all my nursey money and being nursey. Well, nursey almost killed my ass because of the stress. And my body just couldn't take it anymore. And I wasn't happy. I just was not happy being in that nursing field and doing that. And I'm seeing more and more people walking away from the profession because they don't care about us. In nursing, don't care. They rather let us take the hit, wear us out. You're taking care of sick people and they expect you not to get sick. Hello, what? And they don't care. And then until you break down, then they just replace you with somebody younger and put them in there and do the same thing over. They don't care. It's a money making thing, the hospitals. That's all it is. It's a business. Your diagnosis is a business. They're making money off of you being sick. So I just opted out and said, I'm not really happy. And then I stepped onto my path fully, doing my healing work, doing my readings, doing Spiral Light. And when Spiral Light came in, that was it. That was it. I was like, whoa, found something that really speaks to my soul. And then wrote the book on it. And now I'm getting ready to do an expansion of the book because I want to put it in a print. I didn't want to print it out in a small amount that it is. Now I'm expanding it and now I'm going to print it out so you can have a print of the book. And then I have another book that I'm going to be writing. But I'm not going to say what the title is yet because it's going to be pretty cool. Let's just put it this way. It's going to be all about magic. So, I don't get that support. I really don't. My family doesn't support me on that because they don't understand it. And I honestly can fully 100% say this because it's true. I'm not hiding this or covering it up and gonna make it look good. No, I'm saying the truth. They do not support me in what I do. They think what I do is not good enough. They think what I do is they don't understand it. And I had someone say something really nice to me and it brought tears to my eye. A client said this. She said, if you were my daughter and I saw the help that you've been doing to people and how you were healing people, I would be smiling from ear to ear and I would be like, wow, this is what I gave birth to, a healer. And she's helping people. Amazing. I'm so proud to be her mother. And when she said that, I was just like, I didn't even know how to respond to that because it felt so good when she said that. But I wasn't looking for a validation, but she was saying it, if I was your mother, that's how I would see you. And I said, wow, thank you so much for that. I said, because mine does not see me like that. And that's her free will to not see me like that. And I have to keep going, you know? So there's a lot of us light workers out there that we get shunned. We're the weird one in the family, or the sheep in the family, the black sheep in the family. Nobody, or the odd one out. And they only want to really kind of talk to you when they want something from you, when they want you to work your juju or your magic or your mana or your prana to help them with something. But other than that, they don't call just to say hi or anything. I find that very interesting. So there's a lot of you that deal with that, and I'm sharing this with you because I totally get it. I understand how you feel. But here's the thing, you can break the corded energy of that so it doesn't keep impeding upon you and making you feel bad, or making you feel guilty, or making you feel ashamed of what you do. Because there's a lot of us, we keep feeling like, oh, maybe my family is ashamed of me because of what I do. Or we don't talk about what she does. We don't bring that up. You know. Um, but you can break that energy of that from the mother father and break that out. And here's the message from the Divine Mother. And I thought it was really neat. And I said, I am breaking the cords with the physical mother because I do not owe her for my life. I don't owe her. I don't owe her. I owe her love and respect. That's it. But I don't owe her all of me for giving birth to me. I don't owe her to do the way she wants me to live my life. I don't owe her that. I owe myself that. And then the Divine Mother of the Cosmos said to me, and this was yesterday, she said, this is where I fill in where your birth mother has forgotten to have compassion. I fill in for that. I fill in when she has forgotten how to love herself, to love you. I fill in for that. I fill in where she has forgotten her own divine sacred self. I fill in for you. And when I heard that, it was so profound. It brought tears to my eyes because so many of us walk around feeling alone and abandoned, by our families, and our soul families fill in the gap. But this divine, benevolent light being, phew, sends that message to me just like that. I had to go hurry up and write it down. Had brand new purple pens. There shouldn't be a problem with writing that down. I wrote it down, and I was just like profound by that. Of course, this benevolent divine being is going to fill in where the physical mother is unable to. And when we talk about wounds, a lot of times our parents repeat the same wounds that was given to them because that's all they know. They don't. So whatever relationship that they have with their mothers, fathers, they repeat the same thing. The same upsetness, the same judgment, the same, the not good enough energy, you know, that. So I share that with all of you So when we go into the new year, this new year is all about how do you really want it to be? How do you see yourself in this new year? How do you want to represent yourself? What calls to your soul? What calls to the passion of yourself? Are you still living from a wounded place of pain from what has happened to you growing up or with your mother father cells talking to you, limiting your growth or your belief of yourself? This is where that transformation comes in. So this is a time when I get really busy, when people are wanting to get their readings and everything. You have my information, sevenelements.net. Hit me up at a email there. Send an email and bring that in, and we can sit and start looking at how you want to line yourself up, because we are now in a new paradigm, and you have to think new. You have to do things in a new way. You have to know how to maneuver in this new world energy, because those of us that are staying stuck in the old way of being, they're just going to be stuck. That's where they're going to stay. But those of us that see everything and we move forward, and you keep perseverance, you keep moving, you keep doing it no matter what, because it keeps pulling on your soul. I had to jump in and start doing my work because it wouldn't leave me alone. And then as soon as I started moving it and doing it, that energy started easing up, and then more things were being supported. More things were coming to me. I've had so many wonderful things happen to me since I've been on this path doing my work. And yes, it's challenging, and yes, it can be lonely, and yes, you stand alone a lot of times because you are standing in the truth of who you are. And that's hard for a lot of people. That's the sacrifice. When you are being of service in a divine, benevolent way, and then the sacrifice won't support you in that. Okay? So I'm going to wrap this up because I got to start working on the outline for the books. But I am going to show you one of the cards for this. It's amazing. And I hope whoever's watching, you take to heart what I'm saying, and I hope it helps you. This is not a judgment thing. This is not in any way, shape, or form saying you're not supposed to respect your mom and dad. I respect my mom and dad just fine, but I also know my limits now. I just can't keep being the one. And it was well said to me like that. You get tired of being the one that maintains it. You get tired of doing the calling. You get tired of showing up. You get tired, and it's not being returned in the same way. So you just know. That's all. I'm getting older now. I'm sorry, I just don't have time. Be 55. I ain't got time to keep playing the same game. Shoot. Whatever. So these are, I mean, look at this. Beautiful artwork. I know a young lady who, after she got her spiral light done, she's been nonstop creating all this beautiful work, all this beautiful art. She's awesome. Look at this. Look how intense that is. Look at the detail. Look at the colors. Look at the hidden messages in there. Oh, they move too. Look at this one. Look at that. Medicine horse. Look at that. I love this people know exactly during the holidays what to get me. And then I have other people say things like, "They don't know how to shop for you. You're hard to shop for." Really? Then you don't know me. I share with you every day what I like. Hell, I collect cards, for God's sakes. Hello. Love candles. Hello. Love aromatherapy. Hello. Love crystals. Hello. I'm hard to shop for? I don't think so. All right. When I hear people say things like that, that simply means I didn't feel like taking the time to shop for you because I don't want to get the things that you really like. That's what that means. All right. So, anyway, I want everyone to be good to themselves. If you want to have your readings, I will be doing another post, posting some of the things that are coming for teaching. And if you want to sign up for those, yeah, spiral light teaching. If you would love to be a practitioner of that. And then if you just want your reading for the first 6 months of the year, I'm not going to do the whole year this time. It's only the first 6 months of the year to talk about because our timelines are moving like this. It's changing like this. Okay. So we're going to just talk first 6 months. Some of you might only want to know the first 3 months, the first 90 days going into January. All right. So go to my webpage, 7elements.net. Send me an email and let me know what you're looking for. And then pay attention to some of the new programs that I put out for your Spiral Light. Those of you that want to get that. Spiral Light is no joke. It goes in, and I got a really nice feedback from another client who did a Spiral Light, and it changed her life, changed an old habit. And that's what I go in and I work with. I work with the old energy patterns that keep repeating themselves and get rid of it. So that's what I do. Now, I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, we were going to have another eclipse. So I got my little book here. Had to miniaturize everything. Let me look and see how interesting how I'm doing the spiral dance. Let me see. I like this. Okay, making notes. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Don't see anything. I think that's it. I don't know where I was thinking we were going to have another eclipse. Must have been another timeline. Oh, look at this. Interesting. All right. I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Please hit that like button and give me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. So start creating how you want things to be because you're in the new energy. And it's going to be like this. You kind of have to feel around. See how you're doing. Okay. And it's changing like this. Okay. All the time. So just know that. All right. All right, lovelies. I got to go. I have things to work on, projects. I have my coach that's going to be looking for my info. Got to get my homework done. Yes, I have homework too, just like I give it out to you. And if you are still interested in some spiral light work and you want to get a deep clearing, I do have a boost spiral light. That is just your 72-hour one. And that's $222 pricing on that. But that one's pretty intense as far as getting in there and getting some things loosened up. Please don't delay. We have things to do, people. If you're sitting on old wounds and stuff and old thought patterns going through your head, stop doing that to yourself and let's shift up, okay? Shift up. Let's go. All right, lovelies, I gotta go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you so much for being here and being so light. I did look into SoundCloud. I did look into that. And I thought I had to pay for it, but they said no, it's free. It's a free app. So I am looking into putting some light language together for that and having that be a nice free tool that you can look at. Also on my 7elements.net page, if you go under the tab settings, you can go to the second part that says Be So Light. There are 2 healing sigil energy cards there that if you need to get a cleanse and a boost by looking at those cards, those images helps to do the clearing and coding through your body. So don't forget that's there for you. All right. So I want you to be inspired and live your best life. Live for yourself. Don't live for trying to impress and do things for other people because it's not about them. It's about you. What do you want in your life? What do you see yourself doing? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Okay. Stop beating yourself up. Move forward. All right, lovelies. Be so light. Much love to you. Love you, love you, love you. I'll be back a little later this week, do another video. But I'm going to go eat something because I'm a little hungry right now. Yes. All right, lovelies. Love you much. Be good to yourselves. Bye.